if you're older and you're working at a dead-end job, the problem with a dead-end job that the income is sideways. You're not making more money. You're not going to make more money. And as you get older, you might lose your job, whatever happens. The income is actually going to get, you're going to have no income. So it's always good to strive to increase your value to society so you could make more money. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you have let's say, at a dead-end job, you're making $30,000 a year, you're not saving anything. You're barely making it. Let's say you start and you become a web developer, or you start doing some gigs on the side, your income goes up to $55,000, $60,000. You could actually start saving money for retirement, even in your 30s, right? What I mean? So the truth is, don't let haters hold you back. If this is something you want to do, of course, you will have to put in a lot of work. Of course, you're going to have to put in a lot of time and effort, work at nights, work on the weekends. But don't give up hope. You can do it, guys. Hey guys, welcome to Coding with Paul. In today's video, we're going to talk about, should you become a web developer in 2018 after 30? So if you're young and you're maybe just going into college and this is something you want to do, that's great and that's awesome. There's a lot of us though that maybe had a different career, and after working there 10, 15, maybe 20 years, we decided that we want to change and do something different. So that's one type of a person. Someone who just wants to change careers, someone who enjoyed coding or always wanted to do but just never got around to doing it for whatever reasons. Another group of person is someone who is working at a place where they're just not happy with, and they want to switch jobs where they're going to make more money. Now, switching jobs to make more money in web development, it's not the right attitude, because you should never do a job that pays you more but you don't like it. Now, of course you can. I'm not saying you shouldn't, and that's just my personal opinion. You should do something you enjoy, because it'll make work much more fun. But if you do like it, you do enjoy it, and you want to switch jobs but you're afraid because it's like, I have to put in more time studying, I have to learn new things, I don't want to go back to school. The great news is, even though it's a little bit harder starting out when you're older, but it's not impossible to break into this field. And I actually talked to someone yesterday who does not know a lot of code. He doesn't even know CSS, but guess what he does? He creates websites for small businesses. And you know the way he does it? He does it by using Squarespace. And he helps them with their Facebook marketing, their Google marketing, which is all not taught in school. You could learn that literally on your own. So with that being said, if you're looking to get into a position where you're creating websites for somebody else, you could literally learn enough to be able to set up Squarespace sites, to set up WordPress sites with minimum amount of code, and start getting part-time jobs freelancing, right? Maybe that's not the ideal situation, but just think about it. You're able to get a job quickly, and you could still keep your job that you currently have and start working on projects and building that business experience and start getting paid, setting up basic websites. Are you going to make, 60, 70,000 a year doing that? No, but you might be able to easily get 25, 35, even 45 bucks an hour as your experience get better. So here's a way for you to enter the web development field without even knowing web development. And that's amazing, because now you can be like, okay, I could do that at minimum. Then you start learning your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now you can start creating more customizable, like front-end WordPress sites for people, just with your knowledge of CSS, right? So you could add that extra value into the work that you do. Although there's so many freaking customizable, add-ons for WordPress that you could get away knowing zero code and make amazing websites. Just learning a little bit CSS and doing it yourself on the, is a little bit easier, because you don't have to load up all those other, why am I blanking on what those things called? God damn it. See, this is why you should never box when you're younger. You start to forget things. Anyway, that's a different topic for another time. But anyway, so then you start learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You already in the business of creating small website for people because you're doing WordPress. Now you could make money, study what you want, keep building up your resume. Eventually, you're going to learn enough HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You're going to be able to make your own, basic responsive website. You could start building your portfolio. And eventually, if you stick that WordPress route, learn a little bit of PHP, don't need much, you could start making custom themes using all your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript knowledge, or even using Bootstrap, and you could create really customizable websites for your clients. And you might not even have to learn anything else on top of that. You could actually go to business just doing that. And and then if you wanna, continue studying, continue practicing, you could get into the back end. But the whole point, what I'm saying, you don't have to wait to get hired. You don't have to wait till you complete your degree. There's an easy entry into this business, and it's just helping people set up their websites using Squarespace and WordPress. I know it sounds boring, I know it's not exciting, but if you're working a dead-end job and you want to start making money on the side, anything to do using like Wix, WordPress, helping people set up and manage their Google AdWords ads, their Facebook ads, that's a great entry for you to start to proof of concept. And as you start doing that, you could start building on top of your skills, learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, learning, the things that will help you to eventually get a job at a company. Because freelancing is hard, right? You got to get your own client, but it's a place to start. And eventually you're going to have enough experience building stuff, enough the knowledge, you'll be able to get a job somewhere else, and then you can work for somebody else 40 hours a week and get that $55,000, $65,000, $75,000, $80,000 paycheck. And you could still do, freelancing on the side. So it's a win-win for you guys. So if you're being held back by this decision, should you become a web developer in 2018, just know there's so many different approaches, so many different things you could do. Don't lose the motivation. Even if you're older, there's no shame in setting up WordPress sites for people or using Squarespace. I'm actually jealous of my friend because he has a very successful company, makes a lot of money, and I'm here learning to code. Like I said, I love it. I love JavaScript. But, I love learning to program. I want to do eventually apps for the phone. But he's just using Squarespace. He goes to the back end, boom, 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 everything's done. The customer's happy, he's getting paid good money, and he knows nothing about code, and I'm just like, wow. So there's the level of entry to this business is very small, especially if you're very creative. Anyway, this video went on way too long. I'm just gonna shut it down. If you like this video, if it was helpful, like, share, subscribe. And again, this channel is about me working and breaking into this field of web development after 30. So if this is helpful, watch. If you're young, many approaches. I'll make some videos for you guys. What's the smartest thing for you guys to do? Again, it's only my opinion. But if you're older, again, this is just my opinion. You guys ultimately have to make your decision. All right, talk to you later. Bye.